She was the girl everyone adored, the quirky smile, the dreamy voice, the perfect mix of charm and mystery. But what if I told you that everything you thought you knew about Zoe Deschanel was a lie? Behind that sweet, innocent image lies a story so unexpected. It could completely change how you see her forever. Because the truth about Zoe's rise, her sudden disappearance, and the secret she's been hiding all along is something Hollywood never wanted you to know. Everyone remembers Zoe Deschanel as the quirky, wide eyed girl with bangs who brought a new kind of magic to Hollywood. But the real Zoe is nothing like the person the world think she is. Behind that soft voice and vintage dresses hides a story of pressure, struggle, and a quiet rebellion against the image that made her famous. Born into a Hollywood family, Zoe never had a normal childhood. Her father was a cinematographer, her mother an actress. Surrounded by fame, she often felt like an outsider, shy, awkward, and misunderstood. She once admitted she felt like she did not belong anywhere, and that feeling of not fitting in would later define her entire career. When she starred in 500 Days of Summer, her life changed overnight. People instantly fell in love with her. She was not the typical Hollywood beauty. She was real, funny, and delightfully odd. That role turned her into an icon, but it also trapped her. Critics labeled her the Manic Pixie Dream Girl, a term the show she grew to despite. It turned her into an idea, not a person. Everywhere she went, people expected her to be that same whimsical character. But behind the curtain, Zoe felt lost. She once said that fame made her feel invisible, like people only loved the version of her they had created. Even as her fame soared with New Girl and her band She and Him, she was quietly struggling. Friends noticed she became more withdrawn, questioning whether people appreciated her real self or just the image they wanted her to be. Then, at the height of her career, Zoe vanished. No scandal, no explanation, just silence. Fans were confused. Why would someone walk away when everything seemed perfect? But while the world wondered where she went, Zoe was rebuilding her life in private. She had gone through a painful divorce and decided to focus on herself for the first time. She turned to her music, her creativity, and eventually love. That's when she met Jonathan Scott from Property Brothers. Their relationship shocked fans, but for Zoe, it was a turning point. Jonathan saw her for who she really was, not a character, not a label, but a person. For the first time. Zoe did not need to perform. She could just be herself. When she eventually returned to the public eye, people noticed something different. She was not chasing Hollywood fame anymore. She was running her own businesses, producing, writing, and raising her children away from the spotlight. Some fans even said she had changed too much, that she was not the Zoe they remembered. But that's exactly what she wanted. She did not want to be a fantasy anymore. She wanted to be real. What's fascinating is that Zoe managed to reinvent herself without losing her essence. She is still creative, still unique, but now entirely on her own terms. She is proof that you can step away from fame and still hold power over your story. And yet, the curiosity around her never fades. Maybe because Zoe Deschanel represents something rare in celebrity culture, a mystery that refuses to be solved. She's not trying to fit anyone's expectations anymore. And that's what makes her so magnetic. Behind the vintage dresses and quiet smile is a woman who fought to protect her identity in an industry that wanted to define it for her. Zoe Deschanel is not just the quirky girl from your favorite movies. She is a symbol of individuality, a reminder that sometimes disappearing is the only way to truly be seen. So the question is, after all these years, have we ever really known Zoe Deschanel, or have we only seen the version Hollywood wanted us to believe in?